If you've been feeling like manifestation has been failing you, this is the exact video that you need to see at this exact moment so that you can start reversing all that immediately. I appreciate you subscribing right down at the bottom because I'm Brand Victoria. I'm your manifestation/mindset coach, and I'm here to help you and guide you to become the best version of yourself, mind, body, and soul. You only feel like manifestation is failing you if you don't understand manifestation as a cycle. Because when you start to pick apart manifestation and just say, oh, it doesn't work for me because something bad happened, because I got an unexpected bill, I got the opposite of what I wanted to manifest, and I got in a car accident. Like, all of this stuff is just happening that's just bad, 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 bad. Is that bad to you? So first off, pay attention to what you're labeling as bad. Because if you're saying something is bad, you're not yet understanding the full cycle of this. The whole circuit of it, the system, because it's a system. And when you start labeling stuff as bad, you're isolating parts of the system. So it's not smooth. And it took me a little bit to learn this, y'all, because before, when I first started learning about conscious manifestation, I was just like, okay, so I'm doing my affirmations and I still don't have a great job. I'm still living with my parents. Like, what is the disconnect? Because at the time I always take manifestation courses, y'all. I'm either in a course, reading a book, or having a coach, something, because I'm just so passionate about this. And I'm like, I'm obsessed with knowing more and more and more about it. But at the time I was in a very good course, and I was like, I'm doing all the things that they're saying. But I'm still living with my parents. Like, I'm still living with my family. What is up with that? Do you feel like that too? Like, you're doing everything. You feel like you're doing everything with manifestation and the techniques, but you're still not where you want to be, or not ideally where you envision yourself being. So later on, I understood it like this. That thing that you are labeling and giving the meaning to of being bad is actually a belief being reflected back to you. Okay. So if you are manifesting living on your own, but then you're still with your parents, and then that makes you feel frustrated because you feel like you should be somewhere else. Well, then take a look at that. Why do you feel so frustrated with this? Ask yourself that. Because once you're able to get down to the root of why you feel frustrated about that, and also process the emotions that come along with that, then you will shift realities and be on the timeline where you are receiving the manifestation. That's the energy required. So when you just sit there and you label something as bad, well, then guess what? It's like you're cutting off the system. You're cutting off a piece of the system. So how is it going to work? How in the world is it going to work if you cut off a piece of the system? Or you're blocking this piece of the system so that it can flow like clockwork. I know the gears are turning for you right now. So when something, quote unquote, bad happens, evaluate. Notice how you actually feel about this, and know and have the awareness to be like, okay, this is a belief being reflected back to me, because that thing is actually neutral. You're just saying it's bad and labeling it as bad because you have a limiting belief about it. So when you're doing this, y'all, start having the awareness. The more awareness that you have around these things that are happening in your reality, the faster you'll be able to manifest, because the system will work fast and smoothly and effortlessly. So the time when my goal was to have 5K followers on Instagram, and I was only at like 2,000, and I was putting out videos. I was just putting everything out there constantly, but my followers weren't budging. And I was like, oh my gosh, there must be something wrong with the algorithm. Like, Instagram is just not it. Like, this is not working. And I was labeling it as something bad. Something bad is happening because I'm not getting what I want. So I'm blocking a piece of the system because I'm labeling this as bad instead of integrating it in the system. So what do you think happened when I said this algorithm doesn't work? Well, yeah, I stayed at 2,000 followers for quite some time. And it wasn't until I shift my beliefs on this. Then my followers went up to, there was 5K, then 8K. Because I'm not blocking the piece of the system. And when you're doing things, when you're manifesting, don't get so rigid in the way that it comes, or in the way that the leading up to the way that you receive it. Because I would have never known the way to get to 8K followers because I was making duets. Well, this is what got me there. I was making duets on TikTok and then posting those on Instagram, and that did really good because I would put like a Bob Proctor clip, and then I'd put my clip on the side, so it was like side by side. And then sometimes I would put myself side by side, so like me basically reacting to my own clip that I had. And all of a sudden, boom, bada bang, I was at 8K followers because I wouldn't have known to start doing duets and then just posting them on Instagram. But when I shifted my beliefs and I integrated that into my system, into the system, all of a sudden, things were working and manifestation was working for me. And keep in mind, if you are thinking manifestation is failing for you, ask yourself, why? Why do I feel like manifestation is failing for me? Because that statement right there is telling you, ding, 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 you have a limiting belief. Have you been asking yourself that? Like, why isn't manifestation working for me? Why is it failing for me? Why can't I just get it right? You have a limiting belief and you're blocking the system from working and working efficiently. So that's what you have to do, y'all. I'm here for you, and I'm here to help guide you through this process so that you can upgrade and up level and become the best version of yourself, mind, body, and soul, because that's how it works. And I get where you're at right now because I was there. So I can walk in your shoes. I've been in your shoes. So I appreciate y'all for watching this video. You can subscribe right down at the bottom, and I will see you next one.